Let's talk about layering. We worked hard on this feature and we thought deeply about its functionality. And it has now become the core where all the action is in V2. You can layer up to 2 sounds to create complex, rich textures. And we brought in Doobie to sample and create hundreds of new patches for V2 that we know that you're gonna be blown away by. Whether you're looking to blend subtle nuances or create entirely new sounds, the layering capabilities inside of V2 will transform your production process. And to tell you more about layering, I'm bringing in another one of my great friends and brothers, Daquan Bowens.
The most requested feature, and also my favorite feature, is the layering control. So we have the ability to layer 2 sounds. I have 2 keyboards set up. You can put both sounds on different keyboards, which is cool. You can split the sounds, and we'll get into that. But over here on the right, we have the on and off button. So for layer 1, I have a Rhodes, right? And you can adjust the sounds by clicking on that window, and you see all the sounds that are available, right? We have the volume, okay? And then for layer 2, we do the same thing. We have the on and off button, and then I have a pad, and I can adjust the volume as well. And I can also click the window and change the sound. So very straightforward, all from one window. So if I want to go more in depth with my layering and setting it up, I just hit the layer mixer right here. Yep. And on the top half, I have layer 1, all of the features and parameters for that. And the same thing is for layer 2 below. So over here on the left, we have the volume control. Okay. We have pan. Okay. We have the width. And then we have the effects send. Okay. And then we have the MIDI channel. We are on MIDI channel 1. We have the glide for the Rhodes. It's cool. And then we have the time. Nice. All right, we turn that off. We have the low pass filter. Let me turn off the strings, the pad. Then we have the high pass filter as well. We can adjust the polyphony. Nice. Then we have the legato. And then the split zone, we'll discuss that a little bit later. And then also we can adjust the sounds from this window as well. We have the transpose, bring it up 12 or 6, excuse me. Right. There we go. So in the button right here, we can turn off the layer as well. Very convenient. And then we have the same thing for the lower layer. You can adjust the low pass filter for the pad. That's nice. So I have 2 MIDI boards. You hear or you see that nothing is happening on my Novation. So my Novation is on MIDI channel 2. And what I can do is go down here to layer 2. I can change this to layer 2. And then now the Rhodes is on my Fesley keyboard. And then the pad is on my Novation. So with one keyboard, not one keyboard, but one VST, I can control 2 keyboards. That's nice. You know, for me, I like things to be simple. And if I can just have one plug-in that can control everything, I'm good. So that's nice. The independent control is really cool. Nice. We have the split zone, so I can have my low note to be at a certain place. All right, so my high note is C. Right here, let me bring it down to B. So what I want to do is make the Rhodes the lower octave, and then strings the higher octave. So now I set this up, right? Now my lower octave I have the Rhodes. Then I have the strings on the higher octave. So that's cool. The layering section is very straightforward. So now let's do the arpeggio. So I want to change the sound. Actually, I'm going to keep it the way it is. So I'm going to turn up the volume for the pad. I'm going to go back to the MIDI channel. We're going to make it MIDI 1. So everything is on the same channel. And what we're going to do is arpeggiate the Rhodes. So I'm going to bring that cutoff for the low pass filter on the pad. Bring that down a little bit. It's too harsh for me. Now we're going to go down here to, I forgot to go over this section, but you know, all of these effects are independent for each layer. All right, so arpeggio, let's do this. So let's turn on arpeggio 1. Bring those up. So right now it's up. I like to do random. Bring that speed up. Maybe 3 or 4 octaves. Let it move around that. That low pass filter a little bit. That high pass. So all those low notes ain't in there. Want it to be color. All right. So now what I'm going to do is go to the sends. Now for layer 1, since that's my Rhodes, and I want that to be the color, all right? Or I want the effects to be on layer 1 only. So we're going to turn the mix up. Turn that sync button on. You hear that? So now I'm going to turn on the reverb for layer 1, and we're going to make this wet knob. We're just going to turn it hard right. I love reverb. Increase the size. Yeah, bring the octave down on my keyboard. Heavenly. Yeah, that layer feature, it's the goal.